For the first time, a higher resolution video of Lakhimpur Jeep mowing at high speed. What can be seen in the video is that farmers are moving away, not attacking the Jeep. Priyanka and Rahul Gandhi reach Lakhimpur Kheri in Uttar Pradesh, meet the families of victims who were mowed down by an SUV on Sunday. Supreme Court takes suo motu cognizance of the Lakhimpur Kheri incident. Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana's bench to hear the matter on Thursday. A BJP politician and a private detective is seen in videos as part of NCB raids. Private detective also takes selfies with Aryan Khan. Maharashtra minister calls these fake raids. NCB hits back, says let them go to court. And India's festival season begins. Mahalaya marks the start of Durga Puja festivities. Hello and welcome to NDTV 24/7. I'm Rohit Wellington. Let's begin with our top story. For the first time, a video of higher resolution and longer version has emerged of the Lakhimpur incident. This video can be disturbing for viewers. The video shows the impact of the SUV running over farmers. What can be seen in this video is an SUV ramming into farmers at high speed. Farmers can be seen moving away and not attacking the Jeep in this video. NDTV cannot verify the authenticity of this video. Also, what can be seen in the video is that after the SUV plows into farmers, the motorcade moves on as usual. Sanket Upadhyay has more.
Starting with a health warning that we cannot confirm or authenticate the veracity of this video even now. That is for the authorities to do. But this video which has surfaced, which is a normal speed at 25 frames a second and not a slow mode version which is circulating on social media. The normal speed tells you a lot of things. It tells you the real impact or the speed at which the Mahindra Thar was moving or that Jeep was moving. Let's watch that video. So we play out this video. As you can see, these are farmers moving on the road, and then look at that impact. Look at the speed at which this Thar is coming. All this while, the video that you saw was a slow mode version of this clip, and it almost appeared as if the Jeep was moving slowly or not as fast as this. This is the first time we are getting you these pictures that show you the real impact, the speed at which that vehicle was moving. I mean, if I were to take a guess right now, this has to be upwards of 60 kilometers per hour. In fact, even more. I would be surprised it would be less. But obviously we've been able to establish, as you can see, that these are farmers moving away, and then this Jeep comes in, crushes them. All this while, what has the BJP said? What have various leaders said? The farmers were attacking the Jeep. It may have happened that they've been attacked or they would have been attacked in the past. We do not know the full sequence of events. But based on these visuals that you see on your screen right now, the farmers here cannot be seen attacking that Jeep. The farmers here do not have stones in their hands. The farmers here have flags in their hands and they're moving away. They're walking on the road. But what we do see in this original speed video is the speed at which that vehicle was moving. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy what has happened. And then you see another car move in, a Scorpio move in with a person hanging. What to make of this video, one really does not know. We just hope that anyone who's investigating, or the Supreme Court, which has taken suo motu cognizance of this matter and is going to look into all aspects of this case, will also look at this video, try to confirm the veracity of this video also.
Now, after a day of high drama, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra reached Lakhimpur Kheri late on Wednesday evening and met with the families of the victims. They first met the family of 19-year-old Lovepreet Singh and then the family of Raman Kashyap, the 30-year-old local journalist who also died on Sunday. Besides Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, his Punjab counterpart Charanjit Channi, K.C. Venugopal and Randeep Surjewala as well as Dipinder Hooda, are part of that Congress team.
इसमें पुलिस की कौन सी कामयाबी है कि कुछ क्यों अरेस्ट तो किया गया नहीं है? हाँ जी, या तो उसको अरेस्ट कर लेते तो हम मानते कि हाँ प्रशासन कुछ कर रहा है। तो ये खाली चेक देने से कुछ किसी का भला नहीं हो जाता ना। हम चेक देने से हमारा बेटा आ जाएगा, हमारे बेटे के बराबर अगर पैसा तोल दें तो तभी हमारे लिए वो शून्य है।
आगे क्या चाहते हैं आप प्रशासन से सतनाम जी? क्या उम्मीद है?
हम तो यही चाहते हैं कि बस जो हमने आपको बताया है यही होना चाहिए, तभी अरेस्ट होने चाहिए और इंसाफ मिलना चाहिए,
मंत्री पद से इस्तीफा चाहिए। तो राहुल और प्रियंका से यही सब बातचीत आपकी हुई है कि हमें इंसाफ चाहिए?
बस हमें इंसाफ चाहिए।
अच्छा, तो क्या बोला फिर राहुल जी ने आपसे? क्या कहा?
उन्होंने कहा कि हम आपके
There is no sense of justice. That is what the father is saying, that look boss, you can give me a check, you can give me compensation, give me a crore. Doesn't matter. The murderer, the goon who allegedly has gone ahead and, run into these farmers and killed them, including this 19-year-old boy who is here, where is the sense of justice for him? The sense of justice is that if you file a murder case against a goon, then you have to arrest him. If you're not going to arrest him, you're going to say, oh, we are busy in the post-mortem, oh, we are busy in the cremation, oh, we are busy in VIP duty. Arey bhai, you have a separate wing who can also investigate side by side, right? And if you don't have it, then it's a matter of shame. But it does appear that in this case, at least till now, there is some obstruction of justice, and one does hope that the senior police officials who were here to oversee the visit of Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi will now also wrap their minds around how they are going to at least go and interrogate this man, Ashish Mishra. So what if he's the son of a Minister of State for Home Affairs? I mean, it does not matter. What matters is that these people who have been killed, and I mean all 8 people. I do not only mean Lovepreet Singh, whose residence I am in right now. I also mean the case of Shubham Mishra, the BJP worker who died. His family is distraught. He leaves behind a 1-year-old daughter. He says that, at the end of the day, nobody has come to offer him compensation. Nobody has come to tell him what the investigation is happening. There's a murder case against some unnamed people, but at the end of the day, we don't know what Shubham Mishra did. For all you know, he could have been sitting in the Mahindra Thar and unaware of what was happening, or for all you know, he could have been involved, but at the end of the day, a family there also has lost somebody, a loved one, and that is why you have to have a sense of justice on both sides. Look at the case of the journalist. That family in 4 days has not even received a copy of the FIR, which they have filed. They filed the complaint hoping it will be converted into an FIR. They have not received the post-mortem report. They have not received any compensation. They are in the dark. They are in the dark. They don't know what is going to happen. The man was doing his duty like I am doing my duty now, and you are doing your duty in Delhi. Like Vineet, my camera person, is doing his duty. We were all doing our duty, and similarly Raman Kashyap was doing his duty of going to a spot to try and report from there, and somebody came and crushed him from behind, and yet the family does not even have an FIR. The brother is spending most of his time going to the concerned police station and asking for a copy of the FIR, only to be told ki kal milega, kal milega. Is this justice? I don't think it is. So how that is going to be corrected and changed by the UP government and the administration is something that one waits to see. The moot point here is the obstruction of justice. The moot point is that, like Satnam Singh, the father of Lovepreet Singh, says that, you can say whatever you want to say, but if the police is not going to investigate this properly and, and get the people behind this, then there's going to be no use. Like I said, I wish I could answer these questions because we've been looking for answers to these questions for 4 days. I'll tell you, I met Mr. Sabat, who's the Additional Director General of Police for Lucknow, I think yesterday or maybe day before, I'm sorry, I don't remember. But I do remember asking him that, would this be the attitude of the police if a high-profile accused was not involved? And he said that our attitude is towards the complainant and the victim and not the accused. But on the surface of it, on the ground, it does not appear to be the case.
And among those who died in Sunday's violence was a BJP worker. His family and the families of others who died in Lakhimpur Kheri are grieving, but there's also anger. Why there's been no help from the administration, they say, and why have the culprits not been caught yet? Alok Pandey reports.
The last rites of Gurvinder Singh, the 4th farmer who died during Sunday's violence in Lakhimpur. Gurvinder's cremation took place after a second post-mortem on his body, demanded by family and farmers' leaders over allegations he was shot dead, something that was not proved in the first post-mortem. Sources say it was not proved in the second one either. But the family went ahead and carried out the last rites after the intervention of Rakesh Tikait, who is leading the intervention on the matter with the Uttar Pradesh government. Apart from the 4 farmers who died, Shubham Mishra, a BJP worker in Lakhimpur, was also beaten to death on Sunday. Mishra was in the Thar SUV that crushed the farmers to death on that day. Mishra's distraught parents say they have not received any compensation. No one has been arrested for their son's murder. Even the top BJP leaders have not helped.
हम नहीं मना कर पाए, हमसे कहा कि पापा चले जाए, कल तक आ जाएंगे। क्या ठीक है बेटा, चले जाओ।
उसके बाद सर, सॉरी आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ मैं, लेकिन किन परिस्थितियों में डेथ हुई? क्या वो थार गाड़ी में बैठे थे, आप कह रहे थे वीडियो भी था, कैसे हुआ?
थार गाड़ी वहीं पे छोड़ दी गई, सब भाग गए। जब आगे सीट से ड्राइवर वो भाग गया तो उनको वो बर्बरदा से उनकी पिटाई की है कि हमने डेड बॉडी को खोला नहीं है, सीधी रखा, सीधी उसका दाह संस्कार किया है।
आगे अब आप प्रशासन से और अपनी पार्टी से क्या चाहते हैं?
प्रशासन से यही कि मतलब उचित कार्रवाई की जाए, जो उनको मार है उनके साथ में कठोर से कठोर कार्रवाई की जाए। और उनके एक लड़की है, हम दोनों लोग बूढ़े माँ बाप हैं, हमारे लिए क्या कर सकती है? वो शहीद हुआ है पार्टी के लिए, तो उसको पार्टी तो कम से कम शहादत का दर्जा दे।
गाड़ी में पुलिस को पकड़ भी गए हैं।
80 kilometers away in Lakhimpur, in the town of Nighasan, there is anger at the home of journalist Raman Kashyap, who was crushed under the car on Sunday when he was covering the violence in Lakhimpur. Raman's brother says the family has not been given a copy of the post-mortem report. The police is refusing to say if an FIR has been registered in Raman's case, and no compensation has been given despite verbal confirmation. The journalist's family, however, has clarified that they do not believe Raman was shot dead.
मुआवजे का आश्वासन दिया गया था मुझे, और उसके बाद मैंने अंतिम संस्कार किया था अपने भाई का। बाकी लोगों को मुआवजा मिल गया है और मुझे अभी तक प्रशासन का कोई भी अधिकारी ना मिलने आया, ना मुझसे किसी ने बात की है, ना मुझे मुआवजा मिला है।
4 days after the killings in Lakhimpur, the murder-accused son of Minister Ajay Mishra has not even been questioned. Things are calm in Lakhimpur, but the anger has not subsided. With Alok Pandey, Vineet Verma and Pratik Srivastav, Anusya Mathur for NDTV.
Now, this violence in Lakhimpur Kheri that left 8 people, including 4 farmers, dead, will be taken up by a Supreme Court bench led by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana on Thursday. The court has decided to take up the case amid a growing outcry over the Uttar Pradesh Police's handling of the investigation, media reports, and a letter written to the Chief Justice by 2 lawyers from the state. The other big story, a major controversy has broken out as 2 individuals, a BJP politician and a private investigator, were actively involved, or at least seen as being involved, in the raid on a cruise ship and even seen handling the accused. The NCP has now said that these raids were fake and have alleged a BJP hand behind them. The anti-drugs agency has hit back.
These pictures exposing absolutely bizarre happenings during the arrest of Aryan Khan and his friend Arbaz Merchant by the Narcotics Control Bureau. First, a private detective also there during raids, KP Gosavi, and he is seen taking selfies with Aryan Khan at a time he was alone with no legal counsel. And then a BJP leader, Manish Bhanushali, seen here with former Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, holding on to the other accused Arbaz Merchant during the NCB raids. Manish Bhanushali, who visited Gujarat and Delhi recently, has photos with various senior BJP leaders. Today, NCP's Nawab Malik alleged these raids were fake and a setup between the anti-drugs agency and the BJP.
पिछले 1 साल से भारतीय जनता पार्टी महाराष्ट्र को, महाराष्ट्र की सरकार को, मुंबई की फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को, बॉलीवुड को बदनाम करने के लिए फर्जीवाड़ा रच रही है। मनीष भानुशाली दिल्ली में किससे मिल रहा था? मनीष भानुशाली गुजरात में किन मंत्रियों के साथ बैठा था और 3 तारीख को छापेमारी में लोगों को गिरफ्तार करता है? ये सारे सवाल के जवाब हमें लगता है कि एनसीबी को देना पड़ेगा।
As per arguments in court, no drugs were found in the possession of Aryan Khan. 6 grams of hashish was found with Arbaz Merchant. The total seizure included 10 grams of cocaine, mephedrone, charas, hydroponic weed, and MDMA tablets and cash amounting to 1,33,000, which was found on the other accused. The NCB says the accused were arrested because of WhatsApp chats on their phone that show financial transactions with peddlers. So why exactly is Aryan Khan in custody with no evidence of him having possession of drugs? And how were outsiders and BJP workers playing an active role and handling the accused? Samir Wankhede, the zonal director of the agency, is also seen giving instructions to them. The Narcotics Control Bureau responded to the allegations saying they had followed all procedures.
Individuals or politicians allowed to hold an reservation, they are free to go to court, seek justice. We will reply to the court. No issues. We have done everything as per procedure.
Caught unawares, the BJP evaded answers on Bhanushali's controversial involvement and accused the Maharashtra government of politics in an attempt to deflect the issue.
राजनीति करने के लिए कई विषय मिलेंगे, पर कम से कम ड्रग्स का विषय जो हमारे देश के नौजवानों के जीवन के साथ जुड़ा है, कम से कम इस विषय को तो वे राजनीति से दूर रखते.
But legal experts say that the NCB's explanation that they were witnesses and processes were followed is unlikely to withstand legal scrutiny. In Mumbai with camera person Rajendra Dayalkar, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
And Manish Bhanushali has denied allegations levelled against him by the NCP. Here's what he said.
नवाब मलिक साहब ने एकदम गंभीर और गलत आरोप मेरे पे लगाया है. इसमें सरकार, इसमें कोई हमारे बीजेपी पार्टी का लेना देना नहीं है, किसी नेता का लेना देना नहीं है. 1 तारीख को जानकारी मिलने के बाद 2 तारीख को ये कार्रवाई की गई. 2 तारीख को कार्रवाई के टाइम पे मेरे पास कुछ नई इन्फॉर्मेशन आ रही थी, इसके लिए मैं एनसीबी के अधिकारियों के साथ था. जैसे कार्रवाई पूरी हुई, कार्रवाई पूरी होने के बाद मुझे स्टेटमेंट देने का था विटनेस के हिसाब से, और वहाँ जाने के बाद मेरा विटनेस के ऊपर साइन लेके मुझे छोड़ा गया.
And finally, India's festival season has begun with Mahalaya marking the start of Durga Puja festivities.
Bengalis woke up at the crack of dawn on Mahalaya today to tune into Mahishasur Mordini, a confection of songs and shlokas that invokes Goddess Durga and tells the tale of her battle against the demon, the eventual victory of good over evil. For the idol makers, the demons this season were COVID and the rain.
বাঙালির একটা এত বড় উৎসব আমাদের, বাঙালিতে এটা নিয়েই বেঁচে আছে. আজকে আমাদের আনন্দ ফুর্তি, উনার জন্যই তো আমরা আজকে বেঁচে আছি, উনার আশীর্বাদে আমরা বেঁচে আছি. মায়ের অশেষ করুণা, মায়ের জন্যই আমরা বেঁচে আছি.
This is the second Durga Puja in the pandemic, so revelers can't enter pandals and can see the goddess only from afar. But they can go pandal hopping all night as the 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. COVID curfew is lifted for the pujas from Sunday. Mamata Banerjee, who urged caution, got into the spirit of things, singing an invocation to the goddess herself. The weather forecast is not the happiest, but what's a little rain when the goddess is among us? She will be here on Monday. With GD Shankar, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
Well, that's a wrap on this bulletin from the entire team. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.